Good morning, and welcome to our continuing series, Interviews with Disciples and Devotees. And today we're honored again to have Dr. Pachegaonkar with us. Welcome, sir. Namaste. And the subject today is diet, which I think is so important. We see so much fast foods being consumed now. Oh, please enlighten us.
Actually, in diet, the timings of taking food are very important. Then the preparation for taking food also is very important. Plus, the pace at which you take is important, and then the quantity and then quality.
So we have 5 things.
5 things to take care. The ideal would be that you have your diet in divided doses spread over the whole day. So you start in the morning and end towards evening, but not late evening, earlier. So along with sunset, if it is after sunrise and before sunset, that is ideal. But it can be little bit around. Second thing is, you must hydrate yourself, give lot of fluid to your body before you start eating solid food. In thumb rule, like before breakfast, before lunch, before dinner, almost like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in advance, you should drink ample of fluid in any form. Plain water or in form of some light juice you can take, hydrate yourself and then take. Then one should eat very slowly. Slowly, clinically we explain to the persons that once you put one bite in the mouth, unless it reaches the stomach, you don't hold another bite in hand. Otherwise, what happens, some people are not aware, they put one bite in the mouth and because hands are free, they hold another spoon in hand. And because that is waiting, you just gulp it off. So slow eating. Then one should eat moderate, like 70 to 75% of the capacity at that moment. The capacity of food intake would vary depending upon season and depending upon the work you do. But best is just to keep yourself empty by 25% after each meal.
Never be full after a meal.
Pardon?
Not to be full after a meal.
Yes. That is what we recommend.
I see.
It should be like 25% less you should eat. Then the best food would be whatever is available in that season in that area. That is always good.
Yes.
So we suggest avoiding preserved food. Anything which is preserved and ready to eat. Like in India we get that poha. It's a half cooked rice in the rice mill. It is boiled and flattened.
Yes.
That is available. So it can be consumed for a month. Otherwise later the shelf life is very poor.
But is it not heavy on carbohydrates?
See, one has to consume carbohydrates. One needs to eat carbohydrates. But in poha, it is mainly the preservation. That is the problem. Rice is not a problem. It has carbohydrates, and actually, if it is home pounded, what we call brown like rice, which is not polished too much, it has even fat content in it. It has all the elements and even minerals in it, along with carbohydrate.
But I've always understood that the polished rice has next to nothing in it.
Only carbohydrate and nothing else.
Yeah.
That is what. So we recommend that rice is fine. Only that flat rice which is half cooked can't be preserved for months together. So it should be fresh from the mill. Then best thing would be like combination, especially for the people who are doing sedentary work, not physical work. For them the cellulose content should be better. So, like vegetables and fruits. So, we recommend that around 40% of the food intake should be comprised of vegetables and fruits. And vegetables and fruits, preferably of that area, and from and depending upon in that weather, not the preserved ones.
So here we have things like papaya, pomegranate, banana,
Guava,
guava.
these are wonderful
These are
things.
fine. Okay.
Then practically in market we have to just see which fruits are safer to take, because now, for example, grapes we get
But they have high chemical.
high chemicals, they
Yeah.
dip in the hormones to bloat them overnight. So one day earlier to the plucking,
I see.
they just put hormones in it, and then it looks wonderfully well, but they are harmful to the
I
body.
see.
Then lot of pesticides on
Yeah.
grapes.
On strawberries also, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why we recommend that we should be very cautious while eating your fruits and vegetables also. Raw fruits and vegetables are wonderful. Only thing is, again, we have to take care that they are safe to consume. Otherwise, boiled beans, cabbage, everything is fine. But it should be around 40%. Sometimes what happens, suppose the vegetables and fruits are not available in that meal.
Mm-hmm.
So what we recommend is you eat only 50%.
Mm.
Otherwise, indirectly, it becomes a overeating.
Mm.
It's simple to understand. Like suppose my diet is say 100 units,
Mm-hmm.
and I eat 60 units like dal and carbohydrate and fat and protein, and 40% vegetables and fruits. So I eat 40 units of fruits and vegetables in the volume, and 60 units of solid food. Suppose the vegetable component is not there, then I would definitely eat 100 units, because that is my volume and capacity or habit.
Yes.
So naturally, then it is difficult to digest. Instead of eating 60 per unit solid food, you have taken 100 units solid food. You won't feel that you are overeating anything.
Hmm.
But for digestion, it would be more difficult. So it is indirectly overeating if you don't eat vegetables and fruits with the food.
So are you saying that one can eat vegetables and fruits at the same time?
Yeah, of course, there are some combinations.
Okay.
What I told you is like 40% should be the total quantum minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be vegetables as well as fruits, or it can be only vegetables, or it can be even only fruits, depending upon the availability, because that flexibility we have to have.
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain combinations, like few thumb rules. Citrus fruits should be taken only on empty stomach.
Oh.
And sweet fruits like papaya, sapota, apple, banana, they should be taken as a terminal part of the meal.
Oh.
And when you consume raw fruits and vegetables, don't drink water directly upon it, because that upsets your whole balance.
Or any liquid.
Any mainly plain water.
Okay.
So we recommend that you drink lot of water fluid after 15-20 minutes, then you eat your meal, and as a terminal part of meal you add fruits, not in addition to meal, as a terminal part of the meal. Vegetables you can eat either in the beginning or in between, or even at the end.
Okay.
Only buttermilk we recommend that it should be consumed within first half of the meal and not after the meal.
What is a unit? You
Pardon?
said 100 units. You gave
No,
an example.
unit I mean see is the proportion. I just wanted to explain the quantity of food. Unity in that sense.
So each
percentage-wise.
person has his own quantity.
Yeah, it would vary from person to person. The quality of food, the work person is doing, the weather. Like in winter, to cope up with the cold, you need more calories. So definitely you would need more food. and depends upon like how much is biological value. Because see, like our dal proteins, to digest 100 units of protein, we have to invest or spend our 45 grams of protein. So depending upon the quantity requirement would vary. Not only that, each person's basal metabolic rate is different, BMR what we call. Depending upon that also you require more calories.
Now, I was told when I was a child, you take a spoonful and you chew 200 times. Now, that's impossible.
Mainly what we do is, we recommend that you shouldn't hurry.
Okay.
Because your apparatus is so much well equipped and well trained that your body knows how to swallow it and when to swallow it. So depending upon food, like if it is too soft a food, it can be gulped easily. Yes, it
I
can be
see.
gulped easily. But if it is like something solid, which needs to be, that grinding has to be there, then maybe it would take some time. So that would vary. What thing is, our tongue as well as the whole mouth is definitely trained in that deglutination. When to deglutinate and when not to. That let body decide. Only thing is, you shouldn't hurry.
Okay.
Because many times we are not aware. Just as I told
The
you,
spoon idea is
spoon is waiting. So definitely you gulp it
great
earlier.
symbol,
That's
yes.
all. So you don't need to count whether it is like 150 times or 32 times or something like that. It would definitely vary.
Sweet in the diet,
Yeah. Sweets actually,
because so many people take
yeah.
sweets. Yeah?
First of all, the artificial sweeteners are more dangerous. Those chemical sweeteners. That too one should not go for. Second thing is, generally in India, sweets are prepared not only with sugar or jaggery or carbohydrate, but they contain lot of fat also. Lot of fat and protein. So they are calorie rich. So definitely the quantity of sweets, even if it apparently looks smaller, the calorie conversion would be too high. So definitely it helps in gaining weight. Another thing is, because of the food being sweet and tasty, and if person likes it, there is always tendency to overeat. That is another side effect. Otherwise, sweets in general are not harmful if they are fresh and if the quantity is moderate, like depending upon that, and if there is no overeating,
Okay.
it should be fine. But generally what we do is, sweets people eat in addition to their regular quota of meals. That is what happens in India, especially festival days.
Yes.
And therefore we suggest not to indulge into sweets. Otherwise, if it is fresh, quality and quantity, then there should be no problem.
Chocolate. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, 85% cacao. Is chocolate
No, mainly the
useful?
problem with the chocolate is they are preserved if we buy in the market. Second thing is,
But if you buy anything, French chocolate, Belgian chocolate, doesn't matter.
Yes, but it doesn't matter.
Because they're all
They
preserved.
add preservatives. See, in like temperate climate countries, there the preservation is not a problem, because 6 months they have, temperature around zero. So for them, but if that chocolate comes to India, the preservation is a problem. So they add lot of pesticides and almost chemical poisons to preserve. So that's why they are dangerous. Another thing is, especially children, the teeth, they decay easily with the presence of chocolate. Otherwise, chocolate as a concept, if it is home prepared or freshly prepared and eaten well without preservatives, is fine.
So the preservatives are the problem.
Yes.
Are there any other fruits that you would say stay away from? For example, fruits that don't have a hard shell.
No, those are actually like apple. Now sometimes apple coming to India, apple is not grown much in major part of India.
No,
It's
only
only in
far north,
Himalayas.
far north, yeah.
Huh. Only in Himalayas. So basically those apples are stored in godown, cold storage for months together, and for year you get apple. There is nothing like season of apple. Otherwise I have seen in Himalaya after the season you don't get apple there. But whereas in rest of the India you get throughout year. So it is preservation is a problem. Then sometimes for just presentation or marketing they put some greasy material for shining. That is why it is dangerous. Otherwise like guava we see just wash a little bit of dust and all and you eat along with the peeling and there should be no problem.
Okay.
Soft or hard, it shouldn't matter. Problem is only if the chemicals are added by the transit people, market people.
Or the spray on certain fruits, when they spray with pesticides.
Yes, just like grapes.
Grapes.
Yes.
I never heard that hormone.
No, here also you get grapes which are grown without hormones or without pesticides, but they are 5 times more expensive than the normal ones, conventional ones.
Organic.
Yes,
Is,
organic.
Is organic a major part that we should be concerned about?
That would be ideal. That would be ideal. Because regarding deficiencies, actually we find that if the person has certain deficiencies, the person will start craving those fruits and vegetables, which person needs. This is natural tendency. But now because of these chemicals and all, the taste itself is so much altered because of what we call hybridization, cloning.
Okay.
It looks like tomato, but it doesn't taste like tomato.
Right.
So same thing happened with even apple also. The apple otherwise so delicious, but sometimes you eat as if you are tasting a tissue paper.
Yes.
So one has to eat. Otherwise, in general, fruits and vegetables are very good for everyone, for every age.
Good.
Only one has to take precautions of all these things.
Good. What about washing with potassium permanganate or iodine? Do you have a comment on that?
Actually, washing with plain water would be the best. Because you can't be paranoid about all these things. Because what we call even hygiene hypothesis, people should be used to even get guarded exposure to some phenomena like
Bacteria
this.
yes.
So definitely you can't be in sterile environment. Otherwise you are more vulnerable. So washing with plain water nicely and wiping it off with a fine cloth, it should suffice.
Good. I feel the subject is very wide, but we've covered a lot this morning,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.